Stellar Development Foundation.
Next natural evolution of stablecoins.
Celebrating the Genius Act.
Biggest update to the Stellar network.
Feature complete.
The consumer ultimately is going to be the winner.
Stellar for the longest time has been the best kept secret in the industry.
While the retail market is panicking, the Stellar Development Foundation just officially activated their 2026 North Star strategy, and smart money is watching. And it's designed to inject $1 billion plus in new asset value into this network. We are literally watching the quiet giant of crypto wake up in real time. Now, most people think Stellar is just for sending money home. They may have heard of the MoneyGram partnership, but they don't really see anything happening. But did you know that a massive DTCC patent just named XLM as a critical liquidity bridge for Wall Street? Or that Visa and MoneyGram are now settling millions in real-world volume on-chain using the new Protocol 25 upgrade? In this video, I'm breaking down massive partnerships, big players that are helping Stellar to achieve the goal. After watching this video, you're going to have a better understanding of why it's best to be patient and how XLM is a solid investment opportunity. Things are just heating up, and 2026 is a year of massive scaling. The Stellar Development Foundation's 2026 strategy is about mass adoption, and it's impressive. Stellar has already crossed the $1 billion threshold in new asset value in tokenized real-world assets, and the new strategy is focused on scaling that network asset value even further. Now, here's how Stellar plans to do it. So Stellar's goal to unlock $1 billion in asset value by the end of this year isn't just a random prediction, it's actually a formal performance-linked objective outlined in the Stellar Development Foundation's 2026 strategy. So the Stellar Development Foundation has set a specific North Star goal to sign 15 new transformational enterprises. So think Forbes Global 2000 companies. We're talking major international NGOs and government agencies by the end of this year. There's the 5 factor. So out of those 15, at least 5 must be live in production, meaning that they're not just testing the blockchain network, they're actually moving hundreds of millions of dollars in real-world value, payments, treasuries, or settlements across the Stellar network. Stellar recently reorganized its XLM treasury into 4 new focus areas. The most critical one for this goal is Assets and Liquidity Account. The purpose is this fund is used specifically to incentivize institutions to issue assets like tokenized T-bills, real estate, or stablecoins on Stellar. The strategy is by funding market-making programs and building better fiat on and off ramps. The Stellar Development Foundation ensures that once an asset is tokenized, it actually has the liquidity to be traded and used rather than just sitting idle. We also have Protocol 25, the X-ray upgrade. To support the $1 billion plus in value, the network needs to be bank grade, which brings us Protocol 25, which focuses on high volume readiness. Privacy infrastructure is one of the biggest barriers for big banks, and Stellar is currently implementing a compliant privacy infrastructure that allows for confidential transfers, enabling institutions to move large sums without revealing their internal trade secrets to the public, while still remaining visible to regulators. Now, Stellar is positioning itself as the gold standard for RWA tokenization. Key players contributing to the $1 billion figure include Franklin Templeton. Their FOBXX fund, or tokenized money market fund, was a pioneer on the Stellar network. There's also PayPal's PYUSD. The expansion of PayPal's stablecoin to Stellar has provided a massive boost in network liquidity. Stellar is shifting the narrative from DeFi to PayFi, from decentralized finance to payment-focused finance, by increasing mainnet transactions per second, or TPS, and improving close times. Stellar is courting card payment processors and global settlement houses that require always-on liquidity that settles in seconds, not days. Another company to help Stellar reach their goal is Red Swan. Red Swan is pushing to tokenize hundreds of millions of dollars in commercial real estate directly to help contribute to the total asset value on chain. So through tokenization, Red Swan's digital real estate is democratizing access to real estate markets, making it more accessible, transparent, and straightforward than ever before on Stellar. MoneyGram is another major player helping Stellar to reach its goal by the end of the year. As of early this year, the partnership has evolved from a simple pilot into a massive global on and off ramp that currently supports over 170 countries. Recently, during a block by block with Danielle Dixon, MoneyGram CEO Anthony Soho had a message for traditional finance.
A traditional bank or a payment company says, we can't innovate because we're too regulated. What do you want to tell them?
I would say if you focus on where the world's going, and if you think about all the friction points, I would just start off with where all the friction points are. I'm actually surprised coming into the space now, having been here for 15, 16 months, of all the areas that you can innovate. But you just have to unlock yourself from maybe think about the world like how it's always worked as much as where the world can become. And if you take the mindset of where the world can become and what the experience should be, starting with, I think that what would open people's minds is the opportunity is probably 10x bigger than any of us can dream of if we think about it in a closed world network of being, and I'm not saying, and we highly want to follow the laws of the land, but I do think that when we go through it, we spend a lot of time actually understanding the regulatory environment and how we stay within the laws. But along that line, because of the clarity of what we can do and not do, it actually, we believe, makes innovation a little easier.
All of Stellar's partners help to contribute to Stellar's success. Last year in 2025, partners took ideas and turned them into initiatives. Partners that chose Stellar, they're not just looking for any solution, they're looking for the right one that holds up where finance, infrastructure, and responsibility all converge.
In 2025, we clearly saw that Stellar works for partners because it gives them what they need to operate in the real world. We saw a global asset manager tokenize hundreds of millions of dollars in U.S. treasuries. We saw a sovereign nation deliver universal basic income to its citizens. Different objectives, different contexts, the same network. Demonstrates the flexibility and ease of use. That matters. It shows that Stellar can support serious capital and public purpose at the very same time, without compromising on scale, trust, or scalability. Across the ecosystem, partners weren't testing ideas. They were advancing real initiatives with clear goals, moving value, serving people, and building systems designed to grow. And they chose Stellar because it meets the requirements where finance, infrastructure, and responsibility converge.
Speaking of stablecoins, through Stellar 8 Assist, organizations like the UNHCR and IRC send USDC digital dollars on Stellar directly to mobile wallets of people in crisis, like in Ukraine or the Middle East. Of course, it's about charity, but its massive transaction volume will help Stellar reach its goal. It proves to governments that Stellar can handle bulk disbursements faster and cheaper than any bank ever could. And every aid dollar sent is an asset dollar living on the network. Wirex is one of Stellar's most important and silent contributors to Stellar's 2026 goals. While MoneyGram handles the cash to crypto world, Wirex is a leader in spending crypto at the checkout counter. In November of last year, they launched a massive update that moved from pilot to production at scale. Wirex is a principal member of Visa. This is a huge deal because most crypto cards use a middleman, bank, where Wirex talks directly to Visa. Wirex now settles its Visa card obligations using USDC and EURC directly on the Stellar blockchain. This eliminates the need for intermediary banks. Before this integration, Wirex had to use legacy fiat clearing systems, which takes days and also charges high fees to settle with Visa. So this is a massive change. By using Stellar, Wirex has bypassed the old banking rails entirely. Now, why does this matter for Stellar's $1 billion in new asset goal? The SDF wants to prove that Stellar is the default layer for global payments, and Wirex is a living proof of that. Wirex allows users across 130 countries to hold and spend euro-backed stablecoins as well. So this diversification beyond the US dollar is key to Stellar's global mission. It brings a massive amount of euro value onto Stellar. Stellar XLM is the quiet giant in the digital asset world. While the rest of the market is either chasing the next 24-hour meme coin or getting wrecked or shaken out by this temporary market crash, Stellar is quietly rebuilding the entire global financial system. It's not always just Ripple. From MoneyGram turning 500,000 locations into crypto hubs to Wirex and Visa settling millions in real time, and the Stellar Development Foundation's massive $1 billion in new asset goal for 2026, the fundamentals have never been stronger. We're moving past the era of speculation and into an era of utility. Stellar isn't just a coin in a digital wallet. It's the invisible engine powering aid for the United Nations, tokenized real estate for institutions, and instant payments for you at the checkout counter. If you're feeling the extreme fear right now, just remember that smart money isn't looking at a 4-hour chart. They're looking at the multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure being built right under our noses. So it's best to stay patient, stay informed, and stay bullish on XLM. That's actually changing the world.